Action.
What are we doing today, Spav?
Oh, gingerbread. Today we are going to continue with our Harry Potter chapter art tier list. This time it's Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Wow. That's book 3, isn't it?
That is book 3, yes. Yeah, we're getting to a little bit meatier book.
Yeah,
You
meatier book. I have the book. I'll quit playing with Harry, broken arm Harry. This is the book, Prisoner of Azkaban. It's getting a little heavier. I know, people have might have read the books. The first one's like this big, the last one's like this big. So we're starting to see that increase. I don't know how many pages this one was compared to the last one. What percentage jump was there?
Yep. So this one is 22 chapters, and it is 435 pages.
Yep. Good book. I know a lot of people's probably their favorites. I think it's a popular one. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I sometimes I feel dumb when there's a big secret or something, and I'm like, Sirius Black, who would that be? I enjoyed it. I really, I think I like the art for this one a little bit better. I think you've mentioned in previous videos they kind of got more into their groove with this one with the chapter art. Little broken arm. Harry's ready. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, let's do this. Cue music. Okay, so let's get started right here in the beginning. We haven't gone through for people that this might be their first one watching. So here's the book. At the beginning of every chapter, let me find the chapter here. There's a little bit of art, and let's find a freaking chapter here. It's not just there are little pictures at the beginning of each chapter. Here's one. So as you can see, every chapter has a little illustration in the beginning. And what we do in these videos is we rank them. We rank which one we like, and it's not number 1, number 2, number 3. We rank them more based on, they have their wizard SATs kind of, and their wizarding, they go to wizarding schools, so they get grades, but they're graded not A, B, C. They're graded on a scale. It's outstanding, O, exceeds expectations, E, acceptable, A, poor, P, dreadful, D, and troll, T. So what we're going to do, we're going to take 22 pictures in here.
Well, plus the
so 23 pictures.
23, yeah.
And we're going to arrange them on this tier list, and which ones are outstanding, which ones are poor, and we're going to go through and rank all of those.
Yep. So we'll put the ranking system here on the screen for everybody to read. And so the first one here is the kind of title cover.
Okay.
It has Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, title of the book.
That's the book you're about to read.
By J.K. Rowling. Illustrations by Mary Grandpré. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah.
Grandpré. She's written or illustrated the first 2 as well, so this is her 3rd one that she's done. There's a dude who you don't know who it is yet, standing in front of a window. There's a mouse.
It's just a man with shaggy hair in a window. You're looking out there's a tree and a mouse.
He's looking at a tree.
That's it. And something I don't think we've discussed, that the cover, the first couple pages, have that kind of check mark on them, that kind of diamond pattern, which I like a lot.
Yeah, I think that's on the book cover if you take the jacket off. Or maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Just adds a little, Hogwartsy vibe to it. I like that. All right, let's talk about the picture.
So, it adds an unknown factor.
Yeah,
I feel
who is this?
Once you start reading the book, you kind of figure out who it is. But yeah, I think it's all right. I don't want to say poor, but I don't think it's beyond acceptable.
No, it's acceptable. And I'm gonna throw this out there right now. I must be the only Harry Potter fan that doesn't like Sirius Black. I think he's a dysfunctional human being.
Yeah, well, we can kind of get into that as we go through it a little bit, but
yeah, and there's of course spoilers.
Yeah, oh yeah, spoiler warning if you haven't read the books. and or watch.
I recommend
movies.
it. They're good. They are
Read
good.
them.
Read them. Oh, sorry, Harry.
Read them.
Sorry,
He
Harry.
doesn't have his wand or his glasses.
Oh, but what I do have my wand. My wand is 9.5 inches, unicorn hair. And next picture.
Okay, chapter 1. Owl Post.
Oh, that's cute.
That is a pretty great
Oh.
picture. So this is when he's getting his presents for his birthday, because his birthday is always in the first chapter or two
always.
of the books. Not always the first one, but at the
Yeah.
beginning. It's pretty great. His friends give him food. I think that sustains him through the summer.
Yeah, when he's being abused.
And
yeah.
kind of they give him news on what's going on in the wizarding world.
You know what I'm gonna say.
You're putting that at outstanding, I'm guessing?
I am. It's adorable.
We need some outstandings.
Yeah,
so
I love it.
It's pretty good. None of them are Harry's actual owl. Because his owl, the Dursleys force him to lock it up for the summer. And it's always, Hedwig's always mad at Harry for that. Because it can't go out and hunt at night. Because the Dursleys are worried of what people will think if there's an owl flying in and out of the window. But yeah, that's a good picture. You ready for the next one?
Next picture.
Chapter 2, Aunt Marge's big
Oh,
mistake.
this is when she gets real big.
Yeah, so Harry's aunt comes over for a dinner.
Isn't it not his aunt? Isn't it his like somebody else's aunt?
It would. So I'm pretty sure it's still his aunt because he's like Dudley's cousin. So you share aunts. But anyway, she is rude.
Yeah.
She's kind of pompous, and so Harry is trying to be on his best behavior. But she crosses the line and insults his mother, and so Harry, I guess, like unwittingly does some magic on her.
Does he? I forget. Because and then doesn't he get in trouble?
Yeah. Yeah, so she starts to enlarge and kind of starts floating, like I guess she's filled with helium.
Yeah.
And then, it causes a big ruckus. The whole family kind of starts freaking out, and that's kind of what the chapter is about. So, I'm not totally sold on the picture. Like, it's not. I don't know. It does explain what happens in the chapter pretty well. And it gives he gets in trouble, but then the next chapter they explain what happened.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't want to put it at troll, but maybe a dreadful or poor. It's a good picture, but it's not. I don't know. What do you think?
You feel. I mean, she's a bad person. You do feel a little bad. It's like, does anybody deserve to be treated that way? A little poor.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking poor.
Ready?
Yep.
Next picture.
Chapter 3, the night bus. So Harry runs away after this. He grabs his trunk, he grabs Hedwig, and starts, I guess, like just walking down an alley. And this is the first time that he sees like some eyes kind of following him in the bush or something. And the reader is like, "What is that? What's going on?" And then all of a sudden, this bus pulls up. Lucky for Harry.
So lucky for Harry. He's like, "Am I homeless?"
It is a magical bus that appears for wizards when they most need it. But I'm sure you can schedule a pickup too, like Uber. Like there's got to be some sort of
like an
wizard
app.
spell that you do to call it. And there's some interesting characters on the bus. Stan Shunpike. I forget the bus driver's name, but this bus has beds on it for people that go on long trips. Harry's is a little bit shorter. It weaves in and out of traffic. Things magically move out of the way for it. And yeah, it's a great chapter. Like really a lot of little insight and tidbits kind of into the wizarding world.
As far as the night bus goes, I'd like to see an exterior picture, personally. And I do like this photo because Harry's just like, huh? Like.
Yeah. It could be better. I do feel that too. I don't think it's poor, but
no, it's acceptable.
A little low acceptable.
Yeah.
So we'll put it there. And then chapter 4, the leaky cauldron.
What's that a picture of?
So those are his books.
Is that where you buy the monster book?
Chapter 4.
Oh, we forgot.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be his monster book, like his Care of Magical Creatures book. But so in this chapter, he gets to the leaky cauldron. There's stuff waiting for him. I think like they already find out that he left. Mm-hmm. And is it in this chapter where he like talks to Cornelius Fudge, and Cornelius is just like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, you're right.
Because he wants to get in good with Harry. Mm-hmm. He wants Harry to be like a poster child for the Ministry of Magic.
Yeah, I do remember that.
You meet the bartender, or the caretaker, I guess, there at the bar. The picture's not that great.
No.
He kind of wrestles his Care of Magical Creatures book, and this is the first time you're like, oh, he's taking a new class. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think it's acceptable.
Yeah,
even a poor.
I would think poor because I don't believe that's even how it's described in the novel.
No, because and I haven't really seen the movies. I've really just read the books. But I know they sell like little toys and stuff of this book, like little like diaries and stuff. You've seen them at the stores, right?
Yeah. And
it's really cute looking. It's like a little scary face. So personally, yeah, poor.
Okay. Chapter 5, the Dementors.
Oh, screw Dementors. I hate those things.
So this has to be when he's on the train.
Yeah.
Oh,
and he sees them and he's like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
And he's like just going, because then we're introduced to Lupin soon, aren't we?
Right. So
and he's like, "Here's some chocolate." And
this is the train ride to Hogwarts, and the Dementors are going around. And nobody else kind of senses they're there except Harry.
But why? Because he hasn't seen What's-His-Face die yet.
Yeah, he hasn't seen...
Why?
Well, no.
That's the Thestrals.
They, He has a lot of, like, sorrow, or I guess they get his happiness. So,
yeah.
It might be because his connection to Voldemort, if they feel him more closely. Or his connection too serious, but... So he passes out. I know, that's for a Dementor, that's not too intimidating. He's only got one arm. I like the shadowing, but other than that...
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I'm unacceptable.
Okay. You don't want to scare the kids too much.
Yeah.
Acceptable it is. Okay. What's next? Chapter 6. Talons and Tea Leaves.
Oh, is that, what's her face?
Yes.
Trelawney.
This is Trelawney.
I love Trelawney.
I feel like her glasses are a little bit bigger.
Yeah, the whole deal. They're like, her glasses are huge. I vibe with Trelawney. Yeah, her glasses are too small.
Since this is sketch art, it was probably commissioned, and then maybe there were changes made, and then once it's drawn by hand, you can't change it, but it's pretty good. I like that you're seeing the face of another professor. It gives your mind, some imagery so you can think about her when you're reading. It's a pretty gigantic kettle.
Yeah. I love Trelawney, so I wish it was Exceeds, but I want to do an acceptable, honestly.
Yeah, so this is the first time I think you're in their their class,
Mm-hmm.
her divination class. Yeah. You find out Hermione doesn't really like it.
For once.
Harry and Ron, I guess they're taking it
their way through it.
Just as an easy class, sort of. I think it's all right. It doesn't quite exceed expectations.
No, it's an acceptable in my book.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna write that one as acceptable.
And
building it up.
Boom.
Okay, chapter 7, the Bogart. Bogart.
I haven't seen
the Bogart in the wardrobe.
I love the Bogart. Well, I love Lupin. I love Lupin.
Yeah, Lupin is pretty great.
Who doesn't like
When
Lupin?
we do our top 10 Harry Potter characters, spoiler alert, Lupin's probably going to be on the list. Mm-hmm. I like it. There's a Bogart. There's a wardrobe. This is when they take their first... They learn... Yeah. Or they take Lupin's class the first time. He's the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. They are actually enjoying the class for their first time. And they learn about the Bogart, when you see it, it becomes like your worst fear.
Yeah, I always wondered what my Bogart would be.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
kind of like the mirror of you said. Let's like, what would I see?
You'd have to ponder on that.
Harry Potter is making me do deep introspection. Thanks a lot, JK. So
for Harry, it is a Dementor. For Ron, it's Spy as a spider.
And then for the best part, is for Neville, it's Snape. And then the way you fight the Bogart is to make it silly. What is the word? Stupid. What's the word? Where you make it silly.
Yeah, I'm not sure. There's a spell, yeah.
But then he makes Snape in his grandma's clothes.
Yeah, they have a pop figure for that.
Yeah. Oh, they do.
Yeah. So this is pretty good.
Ridiculous, so.
Yeah, ridiculous. Yep.
Ridiculous.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, you got to do it with your.
Ridiculous.
I kind of want to put exceeds expectations.
I do too. We don't even have anything.
I think he's pretty great.
Because it just makes you think of it's a really good Harry Potter moment. So.
Yeah, that whole chapter is just full of fun. It's a stark contrast to their previous two Defense Against the Dark Arts teachers. So chapter 7 gets and exceeds expectations. All right.
Oh, hang on. You want to do it?
Okay. Chapter 8. Flight of the Fat Lady.
Oh, is this where
Yeah, their portrait to get into
Gryffindor.
The Gryffindor common room.
I'm a Gryffindor.
There's a portrait, and then you have to say the password. And the Gryffindor portrait is the fat lady, and she runs off in this chapter, and they have to fill it in with another portrait.
Oh, it's like a knight or something.
Cadogan.
Yeah.
And he fulfills the job for a lot of the book. So this doesn't really have to do much with that.
I don't even know what that is.
It looks like a potion drink.
Dreadful.
Yeah, I feel like this is dreadful. It doesn't really
show us the fat lady.
Remind us what's happening in the chapter. So we'll go dreadful there. And then chapter 9, Grim Defeat.
Who's that?
So that would probably be Padfoot.
How'd Padfoot get out? He's out. That's the whole point of the book. He's already out.
Yeah. So this is when I think the title refers to when they're in divination again and they look at the bottom of their cup and there's the Grim in the tea leaves. And Trelawney explains to Harry and Ron what the Grim is, and that means death.
It's a dog.
Yeah, the dog turns out to be serious, which you don't know as a reader yet. It's trying to be a play on words. I don't think it's that great. It's not dreadful, because it's a good picture of a dog. Mm-hmm. But I feel like maybe poor.
Yeah, I'm there.
I'm feeling a poor for this one. Not super memorable. Yeah. Alright. Chapter 10. The Marauders Map.
Oh, I love the Marauders Map. We have one, don't we?
Yeah, it's a miniature version, but...
Yeah, it doesn't work.
We haven't talked much about Fred and his brother.
George,
yeah.
They're great.
Yeah, they're pretty great. In this chapter, they offer the Marauders Map to Harry. So he can go to...
So he can sneak out, because they wouldn't sign the permission slip. Yeah. It takes the invisibility cloak.
The Marauders Map, it reveals the location of occupants of Hogwarts and hidden passageways and hallways and things magically.
And that's how they were able to get away with so many pranks.
So the picture is all right. I would still feel like showing Fred and George giving it to him might be better.
Or the little Phoebes and the little names and...
And then the floor plan doesn't look like it's accurate to anything at Hogwarts at all.
Poor?
No, not poor. I feel like acceptable.
Alright, acceptable.
And only because the chapter is good.
Yeah, the Marauders Map is awesome.
Because he gets to Hogsmeade. He makes it there, and then he just hangs out under his invisibility cloak the whole time.
Is this the one, have I seen this movie? Where he's got the invisibility cloak on, it's just his head floating around? Yeah,
you might have seen it or clips of it.
No, I think I've seen clips of it. I don't want to really watch the movies because I like the books so much, and I don't want them to taint my own personal views, my own imagery of what the characters and the world looks like. So.
Yep.
Except the toys. I like the little toys you can buy and little accessories. Okay. And
right. Go. Chapter 11. The Firebolt.
Oh, and then he's like, who got this for me? And I'm like, I didn't know the whole book.
Okay, so Harry is a Quidditch star.
Yeah.
And he, one day during breakfast, I think, he receives a package, mysteriously. It arrives and it happens to be a broom.
But not just any broom.
Yeah, just like the best broom that's on the market.
It would be like the Ferrari of brooms, right?
Right, yeah, it'd be pretty up there. So, Ron's jealous, obviously, a little bit. And yeah, I mean, it goes on to help him tremendously in his Quidditch matches.
And then there's always the mystery of who gave it to him. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good picture. There's a lot on there. There's a lot on there, and not just the broom, but the package and the little sparkles around it. It's all pretty great. So exceeds expectations. All right, on to the next one. Chapter 12. The Patronus.
Oh, I love Patronuses. Viewers, tell us in the comments what your Patronus is. My Patronus is SpongeBob.
Mine is a sloth.
So is that his Patronus in a box?
No, so I think he puts... So, okay, to explain the chapter a little bit. Harry's taking some extra lessons with Lupin,
yeah.
in order to protect himself against the Dementors, since he was concerned about how he acted on the train. So Lupin takes him under his wing and teaches him a little bit more defense against the dark arts. And so this is the Bogart but it's in a suitcase.
Yeah, and he just shows it a little bit.
And Harry's not very good at casting the Patronus at first. His arm looks like it's still bendy. The hand is a little large.
Still
I don't
kind of bendy.
I don't know. Just that
Yeah.
it's an important spell throughout the book, and this is the first sort of introduction to it. It's a couple of grades above where Harry is, and a lot of wizards can't even cast it.
Yeah, because they're like real impressed when they're like, you can cast
Especially at his age. But I don't want to say poor, but I think it's poor. I don't know.
It's a good shot of Harry. Like, whoa.
You think it's acceptable?
Acceptable.
Okay, all right. But a little bit lower. I don't know, maybe at the end. Yeah, it's a great chapter for Lupin again. You kind of learn more about him. Kind of what's he really cares for Harry. So, okay. Maybe just because of that, get a little bit higher score. Chapter 13, Gryffindor versus Ravenclaw.
Is that Crookshanks?
That is Crookshanks, and I think that's the Whomping Willow. Now, this is a big match. I think so. It's I don't know. Is this the first time he uses the firebolt?
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing this. There's a lot more Quidditch, I think, in this book than some of the other ones. The picture doesn't have anything to do with the chapter title. A little disappointing. I like the cat, but I think this is when the cat starts
acting up around the
rat. I don't know.
We got an awful lot of acceptable.
The tree is misproportioned with the cat.
Yeah.
Plus,
that'd be a big cat or a small tree.
Coupled with the title not matching the picture, I think it's poor.
I'll go with you.
But I don't know. Maybe in front of Marge.
Yeah.
Okay. On to chapter 14. Snape's Grudge.
Is that Snape?
This is the first time we see Snape. Yeah.
That's not Snape.
That is Snape. The first time we see him as a chapter arc, and I actually kind of prefer this version of Snape too.
Yeah.
The other version. However, I think this is when he finds Harry with the Marauders Map. I think.
Yeah.
And he tries to figure out what it is.
Yeah, and then it's like, you're stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. So Harry doesn't know, but the Marauders Map was created by his parents, his dad, and Lupin and Sirius and
the little rat man.
So it makes fun of Snape. I don't know if that was built into the magic in the event that Snape he finds it.
Yeah.
And it's just a coincidence that he's a professor now. I like the picture.
I do too.
His wand probably doesn't match exactly what his wand is, but I can overlook that.
I'm exceeds.
Yeah, I'm exceeds here too. We're starting to. I think this book brings out a little bit more Snape too. He's like becoming a little bit more of a prominent character.
So I don't like Sirius. I'm up in the air about Snape. I don't know. I like Sirius more than I like Snape. That shows you how much I like Snape. Some people just hardcore love Snape.
Yeah, I'm indifferent too. I think we would have to have a discussion.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Is it going?
Yeah. Okay, do the chapter 15. The Quidditch.
Oh, I like this one. I don't know. It works really well for me because he's playing Quidditch. It says Quidditch. He's playing Quidditch for once. The title matches the picture, and which matches the chapter. I want to put it at outstanding. Yeah, there's some action.
He's moving. He's going for the snitch. I like it. What happens in this chapter besides just the Quidditch match?
There's a Dementor at the end, and then Harry falls like way far off his broom. I think he gets hurt.
Yeah. Okay, so you're thinking exceeds or outstanding?
You know I want outstanding.
Okay, we're going outstanding.
And I like it.
It's good. There's a lot of Quidditch in this book. He uses his firebolt. He's the hero for Gryffindor.
He always has been.
And they win. So okay.
I think they win even though he's not there in the end.
All right.
Chapter
16. Professor Trelawney's prediction.
What is that picture of?
So that's Scabbers.
Oh, okay.
So when we were reading the book, she really liked Scabbers.
I know, and you're like...
And I didn't want to say anything. I wanted her to have a true experience. There are some people in the community who are like, if Scabbers was Peter Pettigrew, then how did Fred and George not notice he was in the same bed as Ron? But I mean, that's probably the biggest. If that's the biggest plot hole in the book, then. But yeah, this doesn't have to. What is Professor Trelawney predicting? Harry's going to die again.
Every other chapter.
I'm not impressed thoroughly.
No. Or.
Not dreadful. I don't know. It
might be
a scabby little rat.
Yeah. And especially because I feel vindictive because I liked that rat. Is he missing the toe?
I don't even know.
I don't think he's missing the toe.
I wonder if she left out plot details to her artist. Just so she.
Spoilers.
Yeah. All right.
Cat, rat, and dog. Chapter 17.
Chapter 17. So this is the Whomping Willow. We've seen it a lot. It looks quite different. Actually, it looks more like a willow in this one.
It looks different every time.
I imagine it to be bigger. It looks pretty small. There's
Whomping.
feet behind it.
Yeah.
There's the cat tail, I guess, or a dog tail. You can't really tell. There's supposed to be like an entrance where people can go into it. When you don't see that here.
It doesn't quite look like a tree either. It looks like a squid.
Pour? You think a pour?
Pour.
Yeah, so this is when they find out, I guess, that the Whomping Willow leads to the Shrieking Shack. And the cat, like, turns the willow off with the button that's on it. But, okay.
Because Crookshanks has been sneaking out at to the Whomping Willow.
Chapter 18.
Mooney, Wormtail, Padfoot, and Prungs.
Yep, so this is the name that was on their map. And they realize it, I guess, in this chapter. This is a different dog.
Is that the werewolf?
I don't think so. Maybe it is a werewolf.
Does Lupin have a animagus?
No, he just turns into a werewolf,
is.
And then his friends turn into animals to comfort him.
What was James's?
He's the deer.
Yeah, he's the
Prongs.
deer.
I'm not blown away.
We don't know what it is, so.
I don't think it's poor though, because it's a pretty good picture.
Mm-hmm. Acceptable.
Yeah, I put acceptable. This is when you're the later chapters. Everything's kind of starting to unravel. You're starting to figure out Sirius is the dog, and we kind of knew Lupin was a werewolf just because he was crawling on them.
Yeah.
There were pretty heavy clues.
Yeah, there were what do they call those? Foreshadowing.
Snape took
number
over one of the
And
classes.
he's like, everybody turn to the werewolf chapter. And we're like, what?
So, all right, that's acceptable. It's a good picture. I like that picture.
Yeah, it's a nice picture. Yeah.
But it just
doesn't.
It could be a little bit better, I feel. All right.
And chapter 19.
The Servant of Lord Voldemort.
Oh, a spooky house. Is this the one where
That's the
what's his
Shrieking
face
Shack.
die?
I feel like this is supposed to be the Shrieking Shack because that's where the end of the book takes place.
Yeah.
So you find out, I think, that Wormtail has been working with Voldemort or infant Voldemort in order to try to resurrect him. That Sirius isn't responsible for the Muggle deaths, and that it was actually Peter Pettigrew
Yeah, I guess.
It's all right.
We have an awful lot of unacceptables.
I don't think it's poor, but it's detailed.
Yeah.
We visit the Shrieking Shack a couple of times, so it's kind of nice to get some imagery of it. I don't know. Yeah, ominous. I said acceptable again. What do you think? Yeah.
We don't have room for any more acceptables.
Yeah, I think there should be. If we put another one on there, it'll just move. Yeah. I mean, not
Mediocre.
totally blown away.
Mediocre.
Yeah, if there was another between acceptable and poor, it'd probably fit there. But...
Chapter 20.
The Dementor's Kiss.
That's all the Dementors.
Harry gets stuck in the woods with Sirius because the Dementors are chasing Sirius, and he can't fend them off. He didn't practice his Patronus well enough. He didn't have a happy enough memory. So, this picture's all right. There's quite a few Dementors, and there was in the book they did elaborate. The Dementors were like guarding the school the whole time.
Yeah, because the Sirius Black had broken out of Azkaban. And they
Yeah.
were all spooked.
This is his wand is quite long there. He has a cape. Well,
he has a cape when he plays Quidditch. Did he just come from a Quidditch match?
No, I don't think so. He was in the Shrieking Shack.
I'm down for a pour.
Yeah, it's just not totally accurate, I think, with... I mean... yeah. I'm not blown away. Not entirely. And there's a lot that does happen in that chapter. This is the main highlight, but... Okay.
Chapter 21.
Hermione's secret.
Oh, yeah, remember she has the time turner?
So, Hermione has been taking extra classes this semester, and J.K. Rowling kind of alluded to it a couple of times, like she would show up right at the beginning of class, and they're like, oh, where were you? And they're like, don't you have that one class at the same time as your other classes?
Yeah.
And she had loads of homework the whole time. But now we find out that she has a time turner, which are pretty rare in the Harry Potter world. And as we know from other fandoms, time travel is pretty tricky to work with. But I think they do a pretty good job here.
Oh, yeah. I like the title, Hermione's Secret, and it's a picture of a time turner. To me, exceeds expectations.
Yeah, she's kind of a big hero in this book. They go to Hagrid's first and save Buckbeak.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go into the woods, and where Harry previously had failed to summon the Dementor, he thought his dad did it. He does it this time because he remembers, oh, I have to do it. So he scares the Dementors off, saves Sirius. Sirius goes with Buckbeak, and yeah, everyone's lives happily ever after. So you're thinking exceeds here? Outstanding? Exceeds? Exceeds. Okay, not super blown away, but
no.
Okay, last one.
Chapter 22.
Is Owl Post again.
That's a big letter. Or a small owl. Is that Scratchy or whatever Pidgewiggin?
Pidgewiggin. I think so. I think Harry's back at home, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
And then he's like, gets a letter from Ron that they're going to hang out next summer? I'm not entirely sure.
It's cute.
We were, I guess from reading this, we were probably still pretty blown away from like the time travel events, and
we're just kind of done. I'll under acceptable. We don't really have a lot of space.
Look.
Oh, it makes space.
Yeah, it makes space. I think it's better than some of the other acceptable.
Yeah. I think it's high acceptable.
Better than the Night Bus?
Yeah. I like the owl.
Okay. And it's like a big letter in a little owl, so it's
it's cute.
Yeah,
it says Harry Potter.
There is our
We did it.
Prisoner of Azkaban
We did it.
tier list. Let us know. I guess we'll kind of add the link so you can make your own list if you want. Lots of acceptable this time around. Yeah, it's better. It's better, I think, than some of the other ones.
Yeah.
The other two, the first two. So this book was good. Next up is Goblet of Fire. That's my personal favorite.
Yeah.
There's a lot of chapters in that one, so stay tuned. And yeah, have a great day.